just feels like nothing really matters.
But go on an adventure, go on an adventure, go on an adventure, go on an adventure, go on.
So the reason that travel is so important is because it gives you an opportunity to step outside of your life and look back at it objectively. While we're in our life, we're just blinders up, tunnel vision, focused on what we're doing, and the daily tasks and the urgency of it all takes over to where you can't think about what's going on objectively. Traveling gives you the opportunity to step off your hamster wheel and to look back at it and say, is that really serving me? Is this going anywhere, or am I just running in circles? Is this moving me closer towards my goals, or is it just endless repetition not moving me forward? So I've found that on trips, I always think about what I'm coming back to on the plane home. On the plane home, I've got a journal, I've got a pen, and I'm thinking and I'm writing about what I want to be the same, what do I want to be different. I'm looking out the window, I'm sort of reflecting. And the reason that is so beneficial is because there's this opportunity when you get back from a trip, when you get back from traveling, there's an opportunity to make changes right at the beginning, right when you get home. There's this window of opportunity to change a relationship, to change a career, to make changes in your daily routine, to make changes in your lifestyle. And seizing that opportunity is so important, but you're only able to seize it if you've had a period to reflect and think objectively about your life and about your routine and about what's serving you and what isn't serving you. So I've found that it doesn't need to be an around the world trip or some far off, plane journey back and forth. I think that you can get it nearby to where you live as long as you remove yourself from the daily urgency and the stressors of your life. If you go skiing or snowboarding and you sit on the chairlift by yourself for 5 minutes or on a run, you can think. You can think clearly, you're alone, you're in silence, in stillness, that's important. And you're able to have these reflective moments. Similarly, if you're surfing, I had a friend who would go surfing and he'd be out in the waves just by himself, rising up and down with the heartbeat of the ocean. And he would come back from surfing and he would always have some insight. He'd always have something to share from what he thought about while he was surfing. And I get it a lot on hikes by myself. And I think that there's multiple ways to find these moments of stillness, these moments of quiet reflection, to think back at your life once you've stepped outside of it. And it's so important to do that because you need to know if your strategy is effective. You need the space and the distance to make changes and to adapt your strategy based on what you're seeing in a more clear, more reflective, more objective state. And you need to decide what's serving you, what's not serving you, what's bringing you closer towards your goal. Maybe none of it's bringing you closer to your goal. And you're only going to find that out by taking the space and the distance to peer back at it in an objective, honest way and be honest with yourself. Have clear thinking without the emotions that come up from being stuck inside of it, from running on the hamster wheel. You only see the hamster wheel when you're in it. So I think that is why travel is so important, and I highly recommend it to everyone, especially young people, so that they can explore and they can learn more about themselves. But even older people that have already decided what they're doing with their life, I think it's really important to get those breaks and get those vacations and get those timeouts so that you can think about what you're doing and adapt your strategy according to what you think needs to be done in your life.